What the?
So my ex-wife lookalike of the week.
Oh, George Jefferson! Oh, he's feeling wheezy.
At all. And he just throws it straight in the hand of the Falcons defender. That was a heck of a game, huh?
Wow! A can opener to start. Looks long. He's got a receiver. Good hold.
Another Mike Zimmer coin flip. What do you know? We're going to play You Make the Call.
IBM presents You Make the Call.
Kyler Murray decides to run for it, and Harrison Smith has a beat on him inside the red zone. Will Harrison Smith make the tackle? You make the call. There was a point in the first half where I had like this big question. Cardinals had the ball. They just got the ball, and they're starting in their own territory with 1:46 left in the first half. And the big question I had was, can Mike Zimmer's great, brilliant defensive scheme keep the Cardinals from scoring twice in that 1:46? I went out of the room to grab pizza. I come back in. The Cardinals have scored 10 points. And in that 1:46, the Vikings got the ball and drove. Zimmer was trying to run out the clock in the first half, and he left 25 seconds. Nothing sums up Mike Zimmer's awfulness like the end of that first half. That is what the story always is. Defense collapsing at the end of halves or the end of regulation. Terrible clock management. Terrible special teams decisions, squib kicking, missed tackles. It's just, that is where games are won and lost. That's where Tom Brady throws a touchdown pass with like no time left that nobody's expecting. That leads to championships. And Mike Zimmer is the worst. That's why you can outplay the other team for most of the game and lose. Because you have a net -7 points in that 1:46. And you, at the end of the game, you could try to get more yards, you could try to go in the end zone, but you sit on the ball with 40 seconds left and settle for a field goal that your kicker is not guaranteed to make and didn't make. You have coaches who try to win and coaches who try to not lose and end up losing. Mike Zimmer's whole goal when he gets the ball at the end of any half is to leave no time on the clock. His goal is not, I want to score. At the end of that first half, the Vikings had the ball, they're moving the ball, and they do their run up the middle on first down to try to run clock and get no yards. And then they end up leaving 25 seconds on the clock. The clock management's so bad he can't even successfully run out the clock when they're moving the ball. And that defense, I mean, it just reminds me of that Detroit game, I think in 2016, where I think the Lions had like 2 seconds or something, and they drove like 40 yards. And was it also Matt Prater? Doesn't take much. All you have to do is cover somebody, tackle somebody. That's all you have to do, but you can't do that. You just look at this team, it's like play like Super Bowl champions for like 2 quarters. Particularly when they play good teams. It's like they come out like they're the best team in history, and
Right. Yep. Yep.
This is a Mike Zimmer team. Oh, we played 2 good quarters? Well, we've done enough. Let's pack it in. When they jump out to a lead, they're just going to collapse and give the lead back. And that's exactly what happens every time. Take a lead, collapse. Fight back and try to win. Take a lead, collapse. Fight back, try to win, lose. This is why it's so hard being a Vikings fan. I don't know that we've ever had a coach who tried to win when the game was on the line, or a coach who could manage the clock. Anyway, our awards for this week, the Antonio Freeman Award for an unbelievably unlucky play that would only happen against the Vikings. There's 2 candidates there. There was a Cardinals guy who was about to go into the end zone, and somebody stripped him, and ball bounced into Vigil's arms, and he only got 1 foot in. Cardinals then score a touchdown. Vikings would have won if that hadn't happened. But the play that wins it's just Murray threw this ball. I think it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Tipped again. He must have hit 3 Vikings. And it just happened to bounce into, I think, the tight end's arms, and he ran like 30 yards. Only against the Vikings. My ex-wife at one point being attractive award for something I'm pretty sure I hallucinated. That was Kirk Cousins just running like a madman on this one play. He didn't look like Kirk Cousins on that play. He didn't even look like he had diarrhea. He looked like he was had just taken a big crap. And so he was lighter. Mike Zimmer Award for a cowardly coaching decision. That goes, of course, to Mike Zimmer, who, there are actually many in this game, but the main one was trademark Mike Zimmer. 3rd and 16 in the second quarter. 3-man rush. All day to throw. First down. 3-man rush on 3rd down. I think they had a sack on the previous play, or they got big pressure on the previous play, so let's dial it back. The Mike Zimmer Fundamentals Award for missed tackles, that goes to, I think it was Mackenzie Alexander and Eric Kendricks, that play at the end of the first half, where all you gotta do is tackle the guy and they can't kick that field goal. But good thing is Patrick Peterson didn't miss a tackle on that play, because to miss a tackle, you have to try. The Patrick Peterson Award for just poor effort, that goes to Patrick Peterson, who I think it was Kyler Murray's first touchdown, where he like scrambled and hit DeAndre Hopkins in the end zone, and Patrick Peterson was just kind of like loafing around in the end zone, looking around. He's been a good addition. The award for a coach who doesn't realize he's playing the Vikings. When Cousins threw the pass to the sideline and the Vikings receiver got out of bounds with 25 seconds left in the first half, the Cardinals coach is like, "Wind the clock! Wind the clock!" You're playing the Vikings. It's 4th down. You are going to have time to score if they don't wind the clock. The Anthony Harris Award for an unknown guy who comes out of nowhere to play way better than known guys, like Anthony Barr.
Anthony Barr wants no part of Josh Allen.
That's Vigil. Don't know his first name, not going to look it up, but he's this linebacker who's just playing out of his mind. He had a sack, I think, in the first game, and then near fumble recovery, and that pick 6. I mean, this is the problem with the Vikings. They draft all these high draft picks who come in and treat it like a country club, don't have any fire, they're not hungry. They need more of these guys. These are the type of guys the Patriots find. These guys who are just looking to make a play and make their name. Mr. Vigil, good for you. Richard Simmons Award for getting manhandled. Harrison Smith.
If you put the letter S in front of Hitman, you've had my exact opinion of
Harrison Smith. Same old Vikings Cornerbacks Award. That goes to our friend Mackenzie Alexander. Good to have you back. There was, of course, that missed tackle at the end of the first half. Another play in the first half where I think he whiffed on like an interception. But the main one was, of course, the 4th and 5. All-out blitz. And Mackenzie just kind of stands like a statue 10 yards, 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. Lets the receiver run right by him. Murray throws it up. That's the difference in the game. Welcome back, Mackenzie. Same old Kirk Cousins play of the week. That's late in the game. Their second to last drive where he threw short of the sticks on 3rd and 7. Why? The Greg Joseph lined up to kick a winning field goal award for the time I had my butt cheeks clenched beyond belief. You know, one candidate was the Greg Joseph field goal, but my butt cheeks weren't actually that clenched on that field goal because I was pretty sure he was going to miss it. There was a 3rd down, I think on the last Cardinals drive, where they did a dump-off pass, and the camera started panning, and you saw nobody in front of the receiver. It was like, nobody. My butt cheeks went like my butt turned into like a raisin. Luckily, Vikings came on screen, made the tackle, but for a second there, the butt cheeks, my butt still hasn't expanded all the way, actually. You know, the Kyle Rudolph Award for the dump off screen to the extremely slow tight end. You think what might have been had somebody with speed gotten that pass. Anyway, are you make the call answer?
You make the call.
Would Harrison Smith make the tackle? No, of course not. Of course not.
If you said so, then you made the right call.